So for
Are we done with it?
No,
that's all I want to say.
We got one more. You ready? Y'all ready?
No time.
All right. This is the last one, the Jasmine Sullivan album.
These young ladies really need to understand the difference between, what looks good and, being comfortable with who you are on the inside and understanding that who you are on the inside radiates
On the outside.
On the outside. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just important. So I'm listening to this album. First off, I'm like, I'm so tired of being out of the loop. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know anything about the CD dropping. I ain't hear the song.
Whoa. Ain't no CD dropping.
Okay. Well, the album is crazy. You know what I mean? And I'm one of them type people, when I like a song, I just listen to it over and over again. I mean, my daughter, I get on her nerves like my heart.
After it's over, I was hearing
that's all I play. For like 3 weeks. It's like those two songs, that's all I've been playing for the past 3 weeks. And so, like I said, y'all know I just came back, and a couple people have stopped me, just me either chilling or on an airplane, just by me playing the songs and making their own interpretation of, whatever they're hearing. And I also kind of looked at Jasmine Sullivan's feed in regards to what people felt or were saying. Are you familiar with the songs?
Some of them. I listened to some of the songs. Her album's pretty good.
Okay.
And I think when she makes an album, she speaks the truth. I think because she come out with albums like every several years. I don't think it's not like every 2 years. I think every several years she may drop an album. But it seems like whenever she comes out with an album, it seems like whatever she may be going through in her life.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
What do you think the perspective is of this particular album?
You know what? I don't know too much about it.
Okay.
And there's a couple songs that I like because I didn't know when it was dropping or anything like that. I just happened to stumble across that. I'm like,
for the longest
so I listened to a little bit of it.
They were singing her songs
right.
Yeah.
On karaoke.
Right.
And I didn't know it was her because it didn't sound like what I know Jasmine Sullivan to be. But I mean, I enjoyed the things that I did here.
Now, again, we going into adult topics. You know what I mean? So again, I don't think some of these songs are definitely songs that should be played on the radio.
Right.
But again, this is the times that we living in. So I'm looking at like some of her feedback. So one of her songs, she's kind of talking about how she views women that I'm assuming kind of wear the tights every day. They're, wear clothes that are very revealing. They might be the ones that, have the lashes on, our little, come catch you, sorry.
No. I recanted that. You wasn't here. I recanted it. You'll see. That was so foul. I was wrong.
You was wrong?
Yes.
But did we cut when I was like, I ain't sure we want to say that.
Because I thought he did a fact check.
Listen, because it is when you Google it. But you have to Google deeper into it, and you find out like no, it was
from the Egyptians.
It was fake.
But it's still right now a symbolism of being sexy, right? Something that's an additive to make you more appealing. So I guess she's coming from the perspective of the girls that have these things and do these things and that's hanging out and not working a 9 to 5, or that's out at the NBA All-Star Live to catch a play and all those type of things. Are those women winning? Are those women in a better position? Do men look at those women as more appealing? So, push you in the mindset of, do I need the hair? Do I need the lashes? Do I need the fake butt? Do I need to wear tights every day and make my butt look, snap, crackle, pop? Do I need to do all these things for the attention? You know what I'm saying?
But does the guy want her for that moment, or does the guy want to take her home to mama?
So from their perspective, it seems like they're winning all the way across the board because, now you go back to her first CD where she had to bust the windows out because she wasn't being treated right? So now we fast forward, almost 20 years later, and we in an era where people are so caught up on what they see. You know what I mean? It's not about what's on the inside. And I think that's something that's so prevalent today. You have to know who you are, regardless of what heels you put on, what color you wearing this day. You got to know who you are. You got to feel comfortable in your own skin. You know what I mean? It's not about the hair, the nails. Those things should be, that's kind of like dress up. You know what I mean? I come from an era where we played with doll babies. I combed my doll baby's hair. I put the rollers in their hair. Those things were special moments. It wasn't for every day. And it wasn't something that built me up. It was something that I had fun with, as opposed
like
to
a hobby.
Exactly. It wasn't a necessity. You know what I mean? And I think we're getting in an age where how do you know how to decipher Especially when, as a woman, you want to make a man feel happy, or you want to make him proud of who you are, or you want to be an additive of their life. You want to, you want them to be proud of who you are. So it's almost like, if this is what I'm being taught or shown, or this is the image of what beauty is, how do I know how to decipher? How do I know how to know my self-worth? How do I know how to be proud of who I am on the inside?
When you know what I think, if this is coming from the woman who's at home trying to figure out if she's that one, the fact is she's at home. She's home. You know what I mean? So that already can tell her what her worth really is in terms to her man.
But what about the young ladies that's not even at that element of being in a
relationship? Yeah, it'll be misconstrued, just like with young guys out here who think they got to be a gangster to be a man. So it's all under the same umbrella.
There's also having a self-worth. As a young girl, we have young girls. So as men being in the home, we teach them to responsibility. We teach them respect. We teach them what it is to know what it is to be a woman. And also they learn from example from their mother. So we telling and they're learning from their mom because they see mom get up every day. They see mom get through their hair, make breakfast, make lunch, make dinner, go to work, come home, take care of the family.
That's one piece.
Yes.
But what I heard every man on this platform today say that we have children raising children, right? Mm-hmm. So then when you talk about that aspect of it, and I know firsthand some of my girlfriends that felt like they wanted to go get this fake butt. They have daughters. Mm-hmm. What are we teaching them?
To go get a fake butt.
So again, if you're talking about self-worth and responsibility and all these different things, two points. The people that don't have that. And then again, it's one thing to say, like how we say all the time, don't do this, don't do that, but then we doing it. Again, what message is that sending to our youth?
Right.
That's why you have to lead by the example, not doing that type of stuff.
It's funny, right? Because plastic surgery, again, I can remember when some of these things became prevalent in society. Pamela Anderson had it. This is like in the 90s, and it was Caucasian people did it. Black people wasn't doing it at the time. Now, I can't say none of them was doing it. Some people did do it.
But not
it was
these numbers.
And there was some people who may have had a A cup and went to a B cup. Mm-hmm. Nothing crazy as far as I had an A cup and now I went to a 66 double D triple E. Like, no, they didn't know. People didn't do that, Mm-hmm. So, last night I was outside, man, just kicking it through the city, going to a couple spots, and soon as I seen a chick, she's like, "Yeah, I just got my breast done." Like, and I'm like, "What?" Like it was like, wow, like yeah. I had to let them know, and I'm like, let them know. Like, I'm just listening to her, like, oh, well, let them know. And this is a very attractive lady, like she's a very attractive woman, but it was like, I don't really think you need to do that. Like you gotta just,
Sure.
I don't want to be preacher reef. I mean, that's what you do, then that's fine. But like, okay. You put $3,000 in
That's what they wanted to know. That's what she meant.
Yeah.
I need people to know I can drop these stats.
Yeah, so listen.
They tricked
that's what it's about. That's what it's about.
That's what I'm hearing.
Listen, though, you just put $3,000 in investment in your body, correct? And that's fine. That's what you want to do. But can you pull out a stock portfolio? Can you pull out some real estate? What else did you put money into that's going to grow that money? Now, if those breasts is going to be something that's going to that's your business, that's your body, that's what you're doing, then fine, that's whatever you do. You want to model and act, I don't know what you do.
See, there's such things called instant gratification, man.
Yeah.
And these people want it now.
Yeah, and
you understand what I'm saying?
But nothing instant is good.
Nothing instant is good. Not even oatmeal.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? So that's where we at, and it supersedes breasts. I mean, it even goes into the car. It goes into the car. It goes into everything.
Yeah, but it's like all right, you made that investment. You know what I mean? Like, I just hope you invest. As much as you invest in those breasts, I hope you invest into your retirement.
They don't.
Until your, I don't know.
Same girlfriends don't got a car. Same girlfriends trying to borrow money. Like, I don't understand because this is stuff that I see and I know. You calling my phone. You understand what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. I literally sat in the office with somebody for 24 hours and my mindset is like, all right, first off, it was people in here from all over. Atlanta dancers. I'm talking like a Wisconsin doctors. Like, every color. But my whole thing was that doctor never went home to go get no sleep.
Right.
I was sat in there for 24 hours. It was only one doctor. Mm-hmm. So which one of y'all is pressed? The doctor or the people? Because if he just doing back-to-back things, you think he giving a damn about your health, wealth, and safety?
He can't. No. He ain't get no rest.
He too high. Exactly.
No rest.
Exactly. That's a poor decision every which way and through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then I gotta ride back home with you with funky ass with blood leaking through the seats, and then 6 months later you gotta re-up because it looks back droopy. It's ridiculous. Yeah. And then you don't even got no car.
Exactly. So it requires too much maintenance too.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I'd rather have a sad piece of real estate that I keep messing up on. At least I can write the taxes on.
Especially when you got the important ingredient. I don't understand why these broads, they getting away from.
Now what I heard just from barbershop hair salon talk, now it's not even, it's deep. So, hustlers are hustlers, man. They didn't figure out how to get these body modifications from the insurance. Yes. All they have to do is go talk to a psychiatrist
I don't feel right.
and say, I'm so insecure about myself, to where, they body shaming themselves. They will get the money to get these things done. So don't think everybody out here drops $2,000, $3,000. Yeah. But once they go to the doctor and they do all of this, they're gonna come tell everybody else, I just paid $3,000 for this.
But listen though, this is the thing about the mental health aspect of it though. Like,
because that's really mental health.
If you went to the doctor and you had a problem like that, why wouldn't we sit down and tell you, no, you're beautiful. You don't have to do that. Yeah. Whatever you don't have is okay. Like, unless you was in a car accident, burned.
They already too far about it.
Yeah, like at this
please let these young men chime in.
Once you sitting there, once she made up her mind to go, when your mind is made up, your mind is made up. So if I'm getting the butt done, I'm getting done. Like, you know what I'm saying? There is no, maybe you too late for that kind of thing.
Yeah. But what's sad about it is,
it's at the point now. I
don't understand the men that's walking around with the chicks with it though either. I don't.
Because it's
I don't
the same thing.
understand the men that's walking around with the chicks with this dumb butt.
You don't
like
understand?
it look dumb.
You don't understand? You don't understand? It's just like having rims in your car.
Yeah, it's like
it don't look good.
Listen, let me tell you something.
Rims don't look good.
So listen. We used to talk about this before, man. Listen, y'all thought we was comparing women to Jordans and stuff before. Like, listen, man, we used to talk about different things and say, man, remember like living for other people and buying things that everybody else wanted you to have. And I was like, I remember back in the day, a couple pair of New Balance, a couple pair of Air Maxes came out that I might have missed out on because I said, all right, this particular pair, this time I'm getting these Jordans. This is a must-have. And plus, when I go to school, everybody expecting me to have them. I gotta have them. You know what I mean? So, even though you might not want them, I know guys who talk to particular complexion women because they feel like it represents who they are. Probably not even really attracted to them. And I know because I see a particular person in the nightlife, and I see who he gravitate to. But if he had to walk down the street with one, it's gonna be the one that he think everybody else like. So that goes right back to right now. The definition of a bad chick is the ones with all these body parts. So if you got a superficial dude, who you think he walking down the street with right now, whether he like it or not. If I'm gonna go get Jordans for everybody else, what you think they gonna do when it comes to who the bad chick right now?
Wow.
They gonna walk down the street with you and don't even like it.
Yeah.
But you make them look good right now because I'm trying to get a hand on my
status
man.
quo.
Status quo.
Yeah. Technically escort service.
Lightweight.
So someone's looking for a relationship.
Lightweight. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
But the sad part is that you got some women out here that already have nice parts. And they re-enhance them for no reason. It is a reason. They gotta show that they can afford to do it. Yeah, they gotta show that they can afford to do it. Getting attention off of what you already got.
Attention versus attention.
Listen, I don't think y'all getting it.
From losers that they getting attention from people that can't even contribute to their bag. And my point is this: women, if you doing all this, you got hair, nails, the pocketbook, the shoes is outweighing a belt and some sneakers any day.
Listen.
That's all the men gotta do. So what I'm saying is, you ain't even getting nobody.
I wanna raise.
You understand what I'm saying?
Herself said in one of her songs, the way she described herself in one of her songs, I think is Put It Down. She described herself as a strong, independent woman. She got her own space, whatever. But she's paying her man's part.
No, she paying. Yeah, she said the.
He paying for it.
She was saying the sex was so good. That's why I'm doing it.
That sounds ridiculous. These women is crazy.
But then she got another song where she like, I ain't even gonna play about that. I'm gonna just give about my money.
I want that money.
Now,
all that's a problem for women. They want to do too much. Number one, all right. Know your place. I'm gonna cook and clean. Period. That's what I'm gonna do. If I had my way.
Listen, if you was in my homies' house, you're gonna cook it clean, but you're gonna have a fake booty while you're doing it. You know what I mean? Because they don't want to go all the way.
Listen,
They don't want to go all the
but
way.
this is my thing.
It's
Listen. I'm sure you done seen me for how many weeks?
Enough.
Okay, so
10
I'm sure. Okay, let's do 10 weeks. 10 weeks ago, my ass ain't look like how it do now. Okay.
Oh, you just want to got a drink?
No, what I'm saying is, you can make your body how you want it. Okay. With real work, you can make your body how you want, and I know it because I do it all the time. You know what I'm saying? When I'm on my lazy dip, I'm, all on the side.
When you tighten up,
And it don't take much. If you know your own body, it don't take much for you to want to conform, and you appreciate it more. Like I don't understand.
I think y'all actually think that these girls are not
sick.
comfortable with their bodies.
I don't think none of
No.
I think it's ridiculous.
Hold on. Some of them are. But we're
They
talking about when we just touched on the ones who already had nice bodies. We had one that came in the club the other night. You was in there, you seen it. And her friend said she was already tight. What you're missing is it's not all of them is not about their body is not nice enough. It's the difference of Jordans and Gucci's. Yeah, I got a pair of sneakers. Yeah, I got some Air Maxes. But it can't compare to Gucci's when I go out here, status quo. So yeah, if I got a nice body, right now it's not the nice body. It's the fact that everybody know I paid for it. I'm showing wealth.
And you gotta look at they got Cardi B, Nicki Minaj. That's what they watching.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Cardi B went from a 0 to a hero in 2.5 seconds. From a butt.
No, because we know they can get it through their medical. But everybody else don't know that game.
What I'm saying is that the two don't even equate. Man, it's hard being old because
it's kind of crazy. You go in Neiman Marcus right now, right? And the girls who go in there who's been going in there buying Gucci bags and all of that, it don't look the same no more.
No, they don't.
Everybody butt is out the door. You understand what I'm saying? And if you in there and it ain't out the door, you don't look like you belong in here right now because everybody who in here does this. This is what we doing. This is part of the Gucci bag and belt.
It's like plastic surgery.
That's what we talking about.
Yeah.
It's part of it, yeah. At one time was the face. You see him with Lil' Kim in them. It wasn't about the boobs and the butt. It was about you think she thinks she look prettier? It was showing that I got the same money as these other people that's doing it.
No.
But do they think they look good?
She said hers was a self-esteem issue. It was a self-esteem issue.
So she gotta have worse self-esteem now.
That's what I'm saying about all of them, right? You're taking. That's like you got a brand new Rolls Royce.
It don't look good.
You got a Rolls Royce. And you done took and put candy paint on it, made the hood different from the body.
That's like they devalued these Rolexes. They put the diamonds, on Rolexes. You taking away the value. If you really knew, you ain't nobody that's getting money. You somebody that's got some quick money, some rich money. We talking about wealth. It's a whole different type of mindset.
So that's what I'm saying. Like it's that everybody's so tricked up in it. Like
you just being a follower. You have your own mind.
You ain't stopping to think for
yourself.
Oh
man, that joint is like taking trips. Right now, and everybody taking trips. A lot of people ain't even enjoying the trip. They're too busy taking pictures. So listen. So that lets you know where we at. It has nothing to do with the trip. It has all to do with I can go. It's bragging rights. That's what it's about. So you take that same mindset and you put it on the body work. You put it on the bag. You put it on the clothes. It's all the same. It's all relative. It's braggadocious. This is where we at. I'm living and you ain't. It's being an elitist. At its finest.
It's elite of what though? You know what I mean? It's elite of what? Like when you break it down, you elite of what?
And it's silly.
Bird got something. What you saying?
But it is silly. It's just to be like you ain't up on this. But everybody doing it.
I agree with the point where you said it does show your wealth, but you gotta be careful about. This is a new era of women.
Now I'm not agreeing with that. Let me. I'm not speaking for them. I'm just saying I know the mindset behind it. Yeah, I'm not in agreement with it.
The same mindset that y'all grew up with is not the same mindset that my age and lower is growing up with. We are the age of what you give is what you have. So if your body's not banging and you are a girly girl and your butt's not big, you're going to get those things. And then it might not even have to do with your confidence in yourself. It's all about you want to look like a supermodel. You want to look like a star. If you want that man who got that money, you're supposed to have this type of body, right? So it's just the era, the social media. Because even when we was younger, we only see skinny white people in the magazines. How do we get like that? Now, it's our time, but now our time is the eyelashes, the big lips, and because now even white women are getting those things to look like how the black
They always did.
The Kardashians look like a black woman.
They started the heritage.
Black woman look like a Kardashian.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Is anybody
Because she
listening?
blew up.
How we gonna follow them when they following us? This is like crazy.
What are we doing here?
So what makes you want to be your own person, being caught up in that same era?
Like it's
That's why I don't like labels. Like I'm Bird. Like the whole when I was growing up and before I even knew I was
Yeah, but how did you get there?
Like it took me to figure out who I was in high school. Like I saw when I was in 9th grade, Mary can tell you, it was only like 2 dykes, like flat out dykes. And mind you, I came from a Christian school, private school. There's only 12 of us in the class. I didn't even know I liked girls until I got older. Like, I thought I liked boys because that's what everybody, you supposed to like boys when you're a girl.
Yeah.
But it didn't, like, I never had sex with a guy, like, it just didn't go there. But it's just like, once I got older and I started having feelings, I'm like, am I gay? Like, why do I feel this way? So it's just like, I always wanted to be myself. I never wanted to be called bi because I didn't feel like I liked guys. I never wanted to be called gay because my mom's a Christian woman. That's just not what we do.
Right.
So I didn't want to be labeled anything but myself. And I wasn't going out of my way dressing like a boy or nothing. I just dressed comfortable.
Yeah.
Even as a child, I hated my legs being out. I don't like wearing dresses.
Gotcha.
So if that's what y'all label me as, then that's just what it is. But I just feel like now we're just in a social media era. You can meet somebody right now and then you can follow on Instagram. They do not look the same.
Yeah.
That's
So I just feel like
filters.
Yeah.
Death to the filters.
No, it's funny.
Death to the filters.
I'm sitting here and talking to a guy one day. He like, yo man, let me show you this that dirt. I said, ain't that her right there? You keep showing me how she look on Instagram. I'm looking right at her. like you really gonna promote her on her Instagram page? She stands in front of me. I'm not impressed with that. She right here.
I'm telling you, death to the filters, man. The filters be lying, man.
I hate that
Like,
shit.
I feel bad for some of these men. Some of these bras that I see in the daylight versus in the night, I smack the shit out of them. Like, that's not right.
That's what he said to me.
Manipulation.
What you think about her? I said, she alright? He was like, no, you guys look. She right there already.
like I mean,
That's funny.
No, you gotta look at that.
Yeah, on this end. He's right here in my face.
This is the real version.
It don't matter how many times I look at her.
Whiskers.
When it's time to go on a date, that's gonna be her. You can't get away from the real her.
Like man, I mean, like I said, man, like we was talking about the album because again, the first song on Jasmine Summer album is called Bodies on Bodies, and she's talking about getting drunk, keep going out getting drunk and sleeping with people. Now, like I said, I was out last night and I was just looking around the room like, I wonder who's getting drunk, sleeping with somebody now. Because she was saying like, girl, you can't keep doing it. You got to stop doing it. You know what I mean? So that was a pretty good joint. It's a short song, but it's just funny like because I see a lot of that now. Like it's a lot of that. I see women drinking a lot of Hennessy, man. The Hennessy making a lot of victims.
Listen,
like,
they think it's cute.
Yeah.
They think it's cute.
And I'm actually watching
Chicago. Here we go.
But then we was talking about the other one when she was where some of the natural women like, hey, look, I don't think I can compete with all that. And they were saying, oh, they can use the sex as their superpower. We talking about that, right? Yeah. And they were saying like because they can't compete with all of this stuff, and they don't want to compete. Not even that they can't. They don't want to compete. Like I just want to meet somebody and meet that person for me by me. And I think if you're a person who naturally like if you know you're not into all this new superficial stuff, I think you should just stay in your lane, and your energy will attract the person that's into it. So like,
right.
It may seem like everybody wants to fake but that's not true. It may seem everybody wants to fake this, fake that. That's not true.
That's not
true.
Yeah.
And that's the purpose of this podcast. Again, this is to show people like, because there's people at work that's gonna be watching like, thank God somebody said it. You know what I mean? Because I'm not saying I'm not saying other people don't say it, but it's not being promoted. You know what I mean? And that's why we are here to talk about it. Like,
and they not winning. What are they winning?
Yeah,
they winning somebody that's superficial like them.
Yeah.
That case in point, you see how celebrities get with each other all the time. And it just appears that it's for the limelight. You know what I mean? Like when you can look at individuals and see if they really mesh together. You understand what I'm saying? And some of it is just for additional fame, or I'm with this person and she's gonna bring me up, or he's gonna bring me up, or he got dollars and cents. You know what I'm saying? And you just gotta have a little bit more integrity about yourself. You really do.
And to go back to Jasmine Sullivan album, also it's like, The reason why we talk about it because I don't think the songs are actually Jasmine Sullivan. I think she's just talking about all the different dynamic personalities that are out here now.
Yeah.
So it's one, So it's another song where the girl said, "I'm gonna find me a rapper. I'm gonna buy me a booty. I'm gonna go to Atlanta. But she gonna go to Atlanta, find a rapper, buy a booty, something, and then she's never gonna be broke again."
Yeah.
And it's almost like, man, you probably remember we had that.
That was in my day.
Yeah.
In my day, my age group thought that was the ticket.
But when we was younger, we had that poem about like, I went to the store, bought me some candy,
ain't got it no more.
Ain't got it. So they go through all these things. I got me a sandwich, sat down and ate it, ain't got it no more. So they talk about all these perishable things that you did.
Yeah.
But then when they sat down and read a poem, and they still got it.
Yeah.
So like you saying you're gonna go meet this rapper, you're gonna buy a booty. All that shit is perishable. It all can leave.
Yeah.
So you're banking everything that's supposed to make you something on something that can disappear at any
something
moment.
that's tangible versus something that's gonna be within
But
that you can have forever.
if the song would have said, "I'm gonna go read a book, I'm gonna learn my identity, I'm gonna get some self-confidence and self-esteem," can't nobody take that away from you. But what you're basing your success and never being broke again on these dollars is on something that you can lose. Because the fixing does not start outside the body. It's inside the body. You start with the mind. And I don't think that Jasmine Sullivan thinks like that. I don't know her. But I can go out when I'm outside in that bar last night and I'm looking at people, I'm like, wow. Most of these girls in here gonna buy a booty. They wanna rap them, fly to Atlanta, and they never be broke again. But that's not true. That's not even how the fairy tale ends.
And it's not gonna fix the emptiness.
Yeah.
Somewhere in you viewing those things as what looks good because something is lacking. You're missing something. Whether to invest in the time and energy to figure out what's gonna fulfill me. Before I get anything additional, what's going to fulfill me? What's going to make me happy? What am I passionate about? Do I like to sew? Do I like to draw? Do I like to travel? Learn what's going to make
works
you.
for you.
Yeah, because
and
then another problem is that you got people that's looking at what she's doing and he's doing as your thing. Everybody, it's so many different things out here. Everything is not for everybody. College is not for everybody. It's not going to be one recipe. You know what I'm saying? We might like the same things, but you might like yours hot where I might like mine's mild. You understand what I'm saying? That don't mean that we can't work together. That don't mean that we can't both enjoy each other's plate. You understand what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you got to start with self.
And a lot of these young girls, they feel like they're invincible. No one sees them. So they go out and they look for attention. Like I use that word like invincible. So they go out there and they look for it because whether they just getting back at home, whether from their mother, their father, or whatever may happen to them in their past, there's an empty void there and they're going out and they're looking for that. So that's why they go get the booty. That's why they go get the butt. That's why they look for the rap and all that because they're just trying to fill that emptiness for the time being.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the sad part, but the key to it is right inside you.
It's inside you.
It's inside you. It's right here and here. Like
you never
you can never. This money is not gonna replace these feelings. You can't eat this money and put this money inside you. You know what I mean? So it's deep, man. Like that's what you do. God bless you. Do whatever works for you. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like the people with all that money, they got so many problems for me. Like I don't look at it the other way. I see the people in the bus, they all happy, like hold hands. You ever pay attention? Them people, all the money, they got too much stress. They can't even enjoy it. You know what I'm saying?
I need the problems.
I know you
bring me
do.
those problems.
Listen, I'm cool.
And one of the last ones I want to talk about is did you have another girl like me, the one with her? That's a pretty good one. On the way she ended the album, the last song album.
Yeah, her last one with her.
With her, yeah.
First off, their voices together, ladies. I just got okay. I'm telling y'all, people that don't know who y'all are, I'm like, she's from, I'm like, well, maybe because I'm from Philly, but she's from Philadelphia. But again, I'm just coming from Cabo, and there were so many people from all over the world that just never even heard her. You know what I mean? She's been out for at least 20 years.
No,
15,
so.
not
no,
20.
I don't know.
Irregardless, listen, what she's saying.
She's fairly new last several years.
I don't know.
Last several?
Yeah, she only got what?
No, I'm talking about Jasmine Sullivan.
Jasmine.
I don't even know nothing about her. I'm talking about Jasmine Sullivan. They didn't know who she was.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Even as a kid, she was on like Starship, wasn't she?
She's been out for a long time for people to not know who she is.
Yeah.
And my point is this, first off, their voices together is like heaven. I can't wait for this to be on concert. But just in regards to the material, you can see that this is something that I see that young women are struggling with. And, one of the biggest things is that, I'm thankful that we can have this platform because people might be doing a lot of talking, but they ain't saying shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
this is true.
So true.
That's a bar.
Especially with women, you know, they sit around and they so. It's like I've been through the same thing. Don't give me the version that sound good. Keep it 100 because I can't give you advice or I can't really actively listen because you're giving me some bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? And until you deal with your own truth, we can't have the conversation because you telling me you're not ready. But my point is, we gotta have the conversation, but the conversation has to be honest. It has to be realistic. Even amongst my girlfriends my age, I'm like, go ahead, like that ain't what happened for real. Don't give me one version. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that it just don't make sense. It don't work. Or I'm listening to you like, It's like, no, but tell me the whole fucking story. Like, don't give me pieces because you're not making sense.
Right.
You know? But we gotta have open and honest dialect with each other and not be afraid because that's when you become vulnerable. You know what I mean? Just like you started off. And I think when that's very prolific because especially as African Americans, regardless of the reason, whether you don't have the outlet, whether you, don't have those resources, you can write, you can read, but it is definitely good if you want to have a conversation, number one, to be honest with yourself, before you gotta just be honest with your feelings and be able to vent and versus keeping it all inside and then, when you do let it out, it's like, it don't even sound right, you know what I mean? You want to make sure that you know what's going on in your mind. And for that, you got to eat properly. You got to have proper rest. You got to have proper exercise. And you also got to feed your brain and mind so
better information.
Good information.
Right. Positivity.
Yeah,
Positivity.
exactly.
Yes,
Well, we about to run out of time on these cameras. Yeah, we really are. We still got one going?
Bless you.
So pretty much, is everybody?
I'm corona free now, like seriously.
I ain't sneezed so you
I got paperwork.
I don't trust.
Is everybody comfortable where we at though? Because we're about to wrap this. Is
Yeah, I'm
everybody good?
comfortable.
Okay, perfect. Want to thank y'all for listening to us. Again, it's probably gonna be a very long episode.
Make sure you like,
Subscribe, share, like, comment.
Comment.
That's the main thing.
You can't text us and call us with all these different things.
Yeah,
please
comment.
share, because some of those things and thoughts that you're having, other people are having as well. So we would like to even just share your thoughts at times as well, so we can be a community, so we can make sure that, we're learning from you as well or growing from you.
Yep, and I seen people going back watching older episodes and commenting on those. I will go back through some of those and shout them out. Again, this is a pretty long episode, so we went a little bit further than, but it was a great conversation and the vibe was particularly good. Maybe it's the energy in this room. I don't know what it is, but this is
maybe it was me first time.
Whatever it was,
Say less.
And it was great topics.
It was
Yeah,
good.
good
Great
topics.
topics.
Yes.
So we would look forward to doing this again. And until, just keep having the conversation. When this goes off, if you're in the room with people, if we did our job, you will be talking about what we were just talking about. And I know people are like, why they talk about so much? Because we live in a place where so much goes on.
Right.
And on that note, keep having the conversation. Thank you for watching.
Deuces.